Howdy everybody. It's July 2nd today. I'm out cutting rye. This field in particular, rye, is not the best field of rye I've ever seen. We actually ran cows out here till, heck, I want to say it was the end of May by the time we got the cows out off of this. So that's why that field over there was hay so much sooner. And as you guys will probably notice on the video, this part of the field in particular is not very thick or very tall. There's a few weeds in all of it. Real thin spots here. I feel there's just too much water. We had an awful wet spring if you've been following along this year, and I think the cows really stunted that rye on the wetter ground when they stomped it into the dirt. But I mean, right here it's not terrible. There's, like I said, there's a few weeds out there. There's some cheatgrass, a little bit of kochia, a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but none of it's gone to seed yet. So the intentions are we're gonna hay it off here and let everything green back up, and we'll go ahead and spray it off. But as you can tell, it is pretty tall, but the rye itself is this thin. I won't know how it's going to turn out for feed until we do some feed samples on it, but we might not get as much or as good a quality of feed as we did off the field over on the other side of the road there. But this field served another purpose, and that was we had somewhere to sort pears to. We started sorting pears out here before the rye was even up, and we kept pears out here until they went all out to pasture. So with it being as wet as what it was hard to get the pears sorted and worked and things like that needed done. But you can tell this spot's really wet here. Actually had to cut on this end of the field down here. We had to cut the creek out because there's water standing there, and I'm kind of hoping once we get the cover off the ground and open it up a little bit, we can get this ground to dry out, and hopefully within a week or so get it planted to something else. I haven't decided what for sure. I'm leaning towards millet, but I have not decided for sure on that. So we'll have to just play that by ear and see what we come up with, what we think is our best solution or best objective, I guess. Here you can see it's fairly tall, but it's got weeds in it. But I think it's all gonna make good feed. We do grind most of our hay, and this field will get ground. Even if it's not the best quality, it'll get ground and blended with something that is higher quality feed. I actually had intentions on haying this field a lot sooner, but we've had some pretty wet weather and we're just way far behind. You can probably maybe see on the video there's parts of it or places that the heads are starting to drop, which is definitely not ideal, but it's kind of what we got to go with, because you can't cut hay when it's raining out. You can't cut hay when the water stands in the field. So in other words, just these weeds wouldn't be near as tall, but I guess maybe the weeds aren't going to be as bad as feed as I think. But like I said, time will tell. I guess there'll be probably a video on that once we get some feed samples back from it, and I'll be talking about it. But I guess I'm just gonna get up here a little ways. I'm gonna jump out and walk around and show you guys what it looks like. It might be windy, and if it is, I apologize, but it is what it is. So we're gonna stop here and just walk around, and we'll see what she looks like. Alright, well, we're gonna start walking out here, and you can see there's all sorts of different weeds, but as I said, none of them's gone to seed yet. There's some grass down there. Well, that's actually the rye yet, so that's not bad. This might end up being better feed than I think, but it definitely needed cut. Mower's doing a fantastic job. I'm leaving the windrow a little wider since the ground is somewhat dry. Conditioning it really nicely. I really like the steel rollers on this machine. There's a stupid fireweed plant, but even it's conditioned well. But anyhow, I guess I kind of thought I'd show you guys this, and I know a lot of people have been interested in grazing the rye and whatnot, so I guess this is what happens when you graze it too long and you still plan on haying it. It gets a little thin, but you know, I still think it's going to be okay. We're not going to be at a loss on it because we got the grazing out of it this spring. It's hard to put a dollar value on it. It's huge just getting the cattle separate and putting them in different areas so they don't get sick. When you can calve in a smaller area, so it makes it easier to check cows and things like that, and then move the pairs once they calve onto a large area where it's not near as important to check them every day, 300 times a day. It's a lot better, or in my opinion, it's a lot better. So yes, you guys can comment down below, leave any questions you like. I guess we'll see you guys on the next one.